I'm from that dust on that floor. I was a nigga you could've trust, nigga. Here would've got bust by my nigga. Felt that cup, fuck nigga told. In my hood, it ain't no luck, young niggas keep moving rough. Niggas really don't give a fuck, swear it's a cold change. You ain't really stepping your own, nigga hit you close range. They ain't giving no welcomes, he ain't doing this to the dope game. They just keep discovering all them bodies tied to no names. Parents hooked on cocaine. Them niggas beating down them bloods, he turned the flame on. Death of my cousin made me lose and I can't aim wrong. Trying to find somebody else to blame, let's get this pain gone. Said there's still a couple fuck niggas I gotta rain on. Young nigga, hang on. Too many lies in your ear, they don't despise, they just feed. Cause your bank loan, wrap them pies in the bowl before it's ready, bitches sold. Niggas switching on them codes, getting too hot, don't get your name on. Please don't get burnt by that red, cause the fool will put them stones in your head, yeah. Streets on lock, nigga, we cut them up and drop off. One false move, we take a top off. Reach into the harvest, dig deep, cause you the hardest, ayy. Please enjoy the rain, don't let the change look obvious. Tired of all the politics and mention anger. Hey, money will turn a nigga to a stranger. They got it out for me, so indecisive with my pal, just keep this trap bubbling. This for them late nights, dealing with them great rice with fake rice. Race pice, hate why, really why you play nice, your heart fade. Still smiling on my dark days, causing too much damage, screaming managers, you had to part ways. Don't need love, young niggas stay focused in them blessings, they gon' creep up. Different ties to monetize, but they gon' see us. Cut your sunrise, deliver broad shit on the rap burner. Some niggas ain't meant to see how them racks turn up. Show no sympathy, he need a back warmer. You gon' remember what that cat stumble. Play with that cheese and get this trap under. 7 me a clown, diving in this water, fuck nigga, ready to drown. You subscribe to be a menace, you gon' exit the clouds. Only raining for the moment, don't be the next to be the cow. Giving no fuck nigga flowers, I say please don't get burned by that red, cause the fool will put them stones in your head, yeah. Streets on lock, nigga, we cut them up and drop off. One false move, take a top off. Reach into the harvest, dig deep, cause you the hardest, ayy. Please enjoy the rain, don't let the change look obvious, ayy. Tired of all the politics and mention anger. Hey, money will turn a nigga to a stranger. Hey, addicted to the hustling, I ain't really seeing no stop signs. Watch them out front of these hoes, they playing cold, they like to drop down. But you ain't been on them toes, nigga, we send them through them hotlines. But they talking under the scope, nigga exposing, I'ma draw down. I'm fit to be one of the coldest, nigga, you can't control us. Took me on the trailblazer game, focus out and found the clover. Blossom one day, you see the sauce stage, you sell the lotus. Forever paid roller, bitch, I'm a boss and you can't even cope it. Reaching up for the stars with all my flaws, God holding my hand. Ross told me to buy the dip, don't put yourself in a trance. I ain't holding on to my little drip, I done developed my stance. Too many niggas behind the wall, spend too much money on stamps. Just see the ego, look through the peephole. Niggas be fairy tale, thugging nothing but some creep hoes. You couldn't hold your own water, you need a Lord, we know. Making deals to duck the time you was a hood hero. Fuck you, please don't get burnt by that red, cause the fool will put them stones in your head, yeah. Streets on lawn, nigga, we cut them up and drop off. One false move, we take a top off. Reach into the harvest, it deep cause you the hardest, Please enjoy the rain, don't let no change look obvious. Hey, tired of all the politics and mention anger. Hey, money will turn a nigga to a stranger. I'm from that dust on that floor.
Yo. Okay, bro, we is back. Audio still seems a little weird, but I'm just gonna put my John a little closer to my mouth for right now, and hopefully that gives us the benefits. Or am I doing something wrong? Right? Are you supposed to talk right here in front of this, John? Nah, it's still the same. It's still dropping off randomly, so we're not exactly sure, but like I said, we're just gonna keep on troubleshooting. Yeah, I ain't want my mic all in the John though, man. Definitely don't need you right here, my brother. Put you back there. But hey, man, welcome to another episode of this Taco Tuesday where we talk about currency only. Y'all can already see what the charts how it's looking. That's what we got up right now. What we expecting tomorrow? We expecting nothingness, right? They got some fake push setup available in a sense. They got an hour that's consistently going. He's gonna get another bounce in an hour. Literally less than 10 minutes. The 2 hour has been doing this all day. Like I wish you could see it from. This is 6:10, so from 2 days ago, it's literally just been doing this. So this is basically 2 days of nonsensical trading. Like it hasn't hit this yet. And it's like usually what it does is it gets away from it. Like right now it's gonna like just basically creep up to the super trend line. And it make a little more sense based on this 4 hour because they finally just hit the 4 hour. And what I was saying with the 4 hours, now they can start using the MACD. The daily, I don't even get the setup, but the same thing with the 4 hour, right? They dragged for a whole day. So they used this whole setup the whole day. So if you see, this is from the 7th. Like, just look at this. Like, this is just consistently. And then, like I said, once they finally got over, which was yesterday, you'll be able to buy on this move right here. It's 50. Yeah, so the next one to be high from 29 to 50. And it's just confirming it right here. And then you just stay in the play. So maybe they could use the MACDs. Like I said, we're not necessarily looking to predict it. We're just waiting for pullbacks. But based on our weekly, we're still going down. We're not worrying about this SARS necessarily. What our next one is the MACD. The monthly is not in no downtrend necessarily yet, so he can always turn around. Such same thing as the quarterly, he's not done, so he can finish out. And that's about it. You don't have no faith in the yearly or none of that stuff. Man. It's the only thing about not having the chart on the screen, because I'm looking at one, but the actual chart that I have on the screen is this one. So let me just go through it for y'all so y'all can see it also. This is the 30. This is the hour. The hour actually looks the best to go retest this 219. 2,319. I have my stop loss at 2,320. When they went to this 83, I took my stop loss on. Ever since then, they've been bullshitting. But eventually, they coming back to hit it. So we're gonna try to figure out our buys. But there's no good setups on the chart right now. But like I told you, you can buy on the hour because you know it's gonna get hit in literally the next 8 minutes or so. So that's that movement. Yeah, I gotta sell at 40, 2,340. I think I want to stop out. I got the stop loss right now. I think 325 or so, but I might take profit at 320 just to make it hard on them because they're not actually trading sensibly. It's like they stop loss hunting. So I'm thinking if I take it off, it at least free them up some. Damn near the trade normally. Right now they're putting themselves in a very, very compromising position. So we're just gonna be patient. What time it is? We're gonna try to wait till 3 o'clock. Then we're gonna re-comment back at the 3. We ain't gonna overly force it. Where's my clip that we have for today?
And that is a reputation
Got a few of them. We're gonna start off with this Warren Buffett. I'm gonna play 2 Warrens.
that Berkshire deserves. I mean, Charlie and I do our part toward keeping that reputation intact, but that takes a lot of other people also behaving in a way that causes people to want to join them, causes people to want to trust them, and that will be part of a Berkshire brand. Charlie?
Yeah, I always say the way to get a good spouse is to deserve one. And the way to get a good partner.
What's your second way?
And the other, well, but to get a good partner, you deserve a good partner. It's a old-fashioned way of getting ahead. And the interesting about it is it still works in these modern times. Nothing changes if you just behave yourself correctly. It's amazing how well it works. And really works.
All right, so that's the first advice, right? To get a good partner, you have to be a good partner. If you want to be on a good team, you got to be a good player. If you're a good player, then good teams want you, which is kind of weird, right? Because the number 1 draft picks, they always go to bad teams. So I kind of get what you're saying.
It's in marriage. If you can change yourself instead of trying to change your spouse, that's a good idea.
Charlie has said the most important thing in selecting a marriage partner is that you don't look for intelligence or humor or character. He says you look for someone with low expectations.
These boys too goofy goobers. Two goofy goops.
Just how will Joe Biden...
No, I don't want this one yet, Steve.
You do make up.
Let me make sure.
You obviously have filters that you apply on selecting people as you do on stocks. Can you tell us a little bit about what those filters are?
That is a key question, because when we buy businesses, we don't have managers to put in them. I mean, we're not buying them that way. We don't have a lot of MBAs around the office.
Thank God.
Yeah. That I have not promised that they're going to have all kinds of opportunities. So, as a practical matter, we need management with the businesses that we buy. And 3 times out of 4 or thereabouts, the manager is the owner and is receiving tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. So they don't have to work. And we have to decide in that time when we meet them whether they love the business or love money. And we're not making a moral judgment. Charlie may, but I'm not making a moral judgment about whether it's better to love the business or love money, but it's very important for me to know which of the two is the primary motivator with them. And we have had extremely good luck in identifying people who love their business. So all we have to do is avoid anything that, on our part, that diminishes that love of the business or makes other conditions so intolerable that they overcome that love of the business. And we have a number of people working for us that have no financial need to work at all, and they probably outwork 95% or more of the people in the world, and they do it because they love smacking the ball. And we virtually had no mistakes in that respect. And we have identified a number of people, Charlie and I have, in terms of proposals to us, where we felt that they liked the money better than the business. They were kind of tired of the business, and they might promise us that they would continue on and they would do it in good faith, but something would happen 6 months later, a year later, and they'd say to themselves, why am I doing this, for Berkshire Hathaway when I could be doing whatever else they want to do? I can't tell you exactly what filter it is that we put them through mentally, but I can tell you that if you've been around a while, I think you can have a pretty high batting average in coming to those conclusions, as you can about other aspects of human behavior. I'm not saying you can take 100 people and take a look at them and analyze their personalities or anything of the sort, but I think when you see the extreme cases, the ones that are going to cause you nothing but trouble, or the ones that are going to bring you nothing but joy, I think you can identify those pretty well. Charlie?
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty simple. You've got integrity, intelligence, and experience, and dedication. And that's what human enterprises need to run well. And we've been very lucky in getting this marvelous group of associates to work with all these years.
But we filter out a lot of people. And then they say, how do you filter them out? I would say, and I think Charlie will agree with this, people give themselves away fairly often, and maybe it does help to have been around as long as we have, in seeing the various ways they give themselves away. When somebody comes to me with a business, and I probably shouldn't tell this publicly because they'll probably tailor their approach subsequently, but when they come, just the very things they talk about, what they regard as important and not important, there are a lot of clues that come as to subsequent behavior. And like I say, we've really had a batting average I wouldn't have thought we would have had in the people that we've joined with, but it hasn't been 100%. It's been well above 90. And I get asked that, how do you make those judgments? And I don't know, Charlie, can you articulate the way we do it?
Well, partly we're deeply suspicious when the proposition is too good to be true.
Okay, so those 3 videos I felt like were 3 good videos. Short clips, got to the point, but kind of gave you some ideas of how to build a team. Right, and like I said, they both made jokes about it's just like picking a spouse, right? It's the same as marriage, right? It's the same thing as divorce, and a divorce is just a firing, right? It's getting married is just a hiring, and just looking at those different processes. And right, this is the same thing I said last week. We spoke, and I was speaking about LeBron James, and I was saying, see LeBron James making exceptions to the rules. That's actually not good. Right? If everything comes down to the discrepancies, you always have others with other discrepancies. So maybe I might have one good eye, so I seen something like you feel me? Whatever the concept may be. That's what we're actually seeing a lot. We're seeing people make discrepancies instead of being like, "Yo, this works, this don't work." Right? And then analyzing the patterns. So now you can have a simple pattern where you like say your first time you look at the pattern, you say, okay, dude, he got dreads, he don't, he better. Now you hire this person, he does something, you say, man, I thought this dude right here went on to have it. What's the difference? Oh, bomb. When I seen him with dreads, I judged him on the dreads because I seen another guy with dreads that was bad. Okay, so I can't use the dreads as my judgment. I have to find another quick indicator. Gotta tell you, quick indicators is just quick indicator. That's simply what it is. It's nothing necessarily to tell you a whole backstory and get a meta-analysis and none of that type of crazy stuff, right? You just want to get quick data. Like when I look at this chart, for example, I see this little red John, I say it's going down. Quick data, right? There's other things that I have to look at to confirm things, but it's just the way we can look at things to be able to say, okay, rules of thumbs. These work to about 70 to about 80%, 90% on a good day. If I miss 30% of them on a bad day, that's the 70% win rate. So that means 7 out of all the 10 guys that we hire are doing something extremely amazing. You feel me? So to take away those 3 every time, that's not necessarily going to have this great impact on me. People are going to start looking at me like, oh, he ain't no such and such, he's not this great owner or whatever we look at Warren Buffett as, because that's what we look at him as. But he's always explained these concepts very simply. I bought Coke because such and such. I buy bubble gum because I know niggas always like, it's just all these simple concepts. Like he explained, like, yo, you go look for 7-footers first, and then now because everything else becomes technically discrepancies because it's now time, right? So him and Charlie Munger, they have a lot of time in the industry alone and a lot of time in the industry together. So now to put all that together, that's a lot of time added on. There's sometimes some people have information, other person don't. Sometimes they both have information, but their way of making the information work don't seem to work. Maybe it's the age gap. Maybe it's just a conversation. Maybe it's just a stylistic gap. Whatever it necessarily may be, information is not always stacked upon each other. So that's what happens when you get great teams, right? Or you just get great people in general. Like it could be a great debater. It could be a great basketball player. They're going to stack things on top of things. They're not going to reinvent the wheel, right? So if you made a debate point and you got all the way to the championship and I'm like, damn, he only lost because he didn't have the second layer to go to. And I could figure out that second layer because the argument was so perfect, everything otherwise. Now I could use that same argument. You already built it. Take that time and give it to you that you use. And now I could use basically the same equal amount of time to make something that you already made and make it extremely fabulous. Now somebody looking at it like, damn, how did I ever create that in such a short time? Because I'm building on something already, right? There's already a platform necessarily, and I'm just adding on it as far as whatever knowledge or whatever wisdom I've garnered from the situation. So listening to these guys on these first 3, that's what you was able to hear, right? On how simple it is to choose a partner, but how hard it is if you start using discrepancies Ah, yes, let me see what he about. Ah, yeah, let me just see what this one about. Every time you do discrepancies, your rate, your 70, 80% win rate now goes down automatically to 50% because it's a toss up. You necessarily don't know. You don't have anything where you can say, well, usually when it da da da, it da da da. Usually when it, you feel me, that's kind of how you trade. When you come in and you looking at these charts, it's not saying that it's some, oh, bro, you know everything, you know exactly what's gonna happen. No, 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 not exactly. But I have quick indicators, and I'm able to look at things really fast and say, okay, look, that right there look like a weak spot. That look like da da da. That look like da da da. Why they still going up? Oh, well, they still got the 4 hour. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Right, all these different things. That's why I say the time frame in the reading, like right now, is 3. Right, so you would want to go. Oh yeah, you want to go. I want to say here. Yeah, you want to go right here and get an hour reading. The hour is still relatively going up. So, like, you know, something is confusing and there's a weakness in the chart. So, even after this bottom out and this pullback, you may be still looking for a buy unless you can get somebody else in on the downtrend. Maybe it's a 30-minute, maybe it's a 2 hour, right? But right now, the hour just came back with a positive reading, and the next reading you're going to get is the 4 hour reading, right? So, sometimes you may not get those sales from the top because you have to wait for such and such reading. Like right now, you can technically sell on your 15. Right, it's under the 63 number. You can sell, and then I guess you'll be waiting right for the next time frame. So we're gonna wait for 15, and then we're gonna see exactly what happened.
Vouchers.
What is that? That's running. I know I got something else over here to run. Plow. Okay, let's run this one.
Is run by an 85-year-old man, Al Yulshi. Al started the company with $10,000 in 1951. It now trains 4 or 5 times as many pilots as non-military pilots as anybody in the world, and he is there at 85, and it's a matter of public record. He's got $1 billion worth of Berkshire shares. He works 7 days a week. He loves it, and he loves it for the same reason that I love what I do. He gets to do it his way. He buys these big simulators that you train pilots in. He doesn't have to check with me as to whether to spend $15 million for a simulator. He doesn't ask me. He knows so much more about it than I do. Why in the world would he ask me? Well, I can't tell what kind of a plane I'm in, when I'm flying around. And Al is spending a couple $100 million a year on simulators, spending Berkshire Hathaway money, and he never checks with Omaha. He's never had to come to Omaha. Flight safety is run by an 85-year-old man, Al Yulshi.
Okay, so this goes back to the passion aspect of it, right? This goes back to why passion is so important, because, like I said, we try to use the angle of talent, be hard work, be talent. What we saying is passion is not a talent. What we saying is how much someone loves something is not actually a talent, but that person being whatever you think is a talent, right? So if Al Yoshi or whatever the brother name was extremely brilliant, but he had a different way of working it. Like, even it's all these different concepts. It doesn't take away from the talent. He doesn't have more talent, less talent. He didn't win out or didn't win out. There's just paths necessarily, right? And that's what he's saying, right? When you set up a path and you have trust and you have these different things based on the team that you've built, and like I said, based on using whatever indicators you have, you're going to always win, or you're going to feel comfortable while losing because the indicators that you were following said such. So yeah, it may backfire on you, but imagine only 3 out of them 10 times. The other 7 you profiting from that same thing. So now why change it? Why look at it as if it's something negative about it, right? Right? Instead of switching the angle and being like, okay, boom, I see what's going on. Boom, I see what's going on. So yeah, it's a couple different ways to look at it. It's like I said, it's always about the real quick indicators. Yeah, under 53 is a little low. That's the only reason why I was saying but it's under 67, right? So how close can you play it? Do you want it to be right at 67? Like, you feel me? It's all these different angles. So I 50, it's under 53. A little close. But like I said, a lot of things that we're using is just quick indicators. The same thing like the brother Warren Buffett is using. He's using two different things where he might be using love and greed. Like he always explained, like, if I get a Brett, he could be hella smart, but if that nigga greedy, I don't want him on my team because he's just going to use all his smarts and all his things that I think that he's good at to take from me. I don't want that person around me. He can go somewhere else with his smart self. He too smart. He's disloyal, right? So it's just different indicators. He's also looking at passion as one. Different indicators. You may be like, yo, I don't really care about passion. I've seen people have passion a lot of times to do funny stuff. And a lot of people love stuff. They said they loved it, I guess, but they ain't cherish it the way I thought they should cherish it. So I'm not going to use passion necessarily as one of my jobs. Unless passion is knowledge. Well, I'm saying, yo, bro, I know he love it because he knows everything about it. Right, so there's a couple different levels to these quick indicators, but any human that's on the planet that wants to be looked at as a genius, that wants to be recognized as somebody like a Warren Buffett or any of these different people, Bill Gates, you have to have pattern recognition, and you have to be able to recognize patterns extremely fast. That's why I'm saying quick indicators are a must, right? Because you have to be able to, because it's 10 people in a room and it's 10 investors. Or it's 1,000 people in a room and it's 4 investors. We want these Johns. You can't be like, yeah, we got a lot of options. Maybe you don't. The number seems big, but are all those people profitable? Can you see anything? You feel me? So all these different things come in. So you have to have some sense of being able to, that's a person. That's a person. Yeah, I don't really like the word obsession per se. But like I said, anybody that knows everything about something, they usually spend less time doing it. Same thing I used, like, think about Michael Jordan, think about a Stephen Curry, think about a Kobe Bryant. You may wonder why those people are so amazing in other things of life if they were so fixated on basketball. Think about Allen Iverson. Like, a lot of them people, they always say, man, I wish I had the work ethic as Kobe. They say things like that, and they're talking about the off the court stuff, right? And Kobe off the court things was what he did. He just sat down and watched game tapes in front of you. Like, it's so interesting with Kobe, bro. It's so interesting. And did he publish a book? I'm not exactly sure, bro. But a lot of the stuff that Kobe did was Jedi'd. Right? It was so funny, like, when you actually think about it. If you really even know Kobe, was around Kobe. It's not that Kobe didn't watch game films. It's the same thing I tell you about. It's not that you didn't do your work. You did your work all day? What you mean? So, yeah, maybe you may see me doing work all day, and I'm purposely doing work all day because maybe today I am doing work all day. And now you look at that, and what that does, that intimidates you. That makes you now look at me as a separate entity. Man, I could never watch tape all day. We all going to hang out. Ha. Okay. That's how I'm going to get my advantage on him. I'm going to make him think that I'm a working maniac. Now you run into somebody else that's a worker. You say, okay, boom. How do I get my advantage against him? Okay, you know what? I demean his work. I show him why it's bad to work so much. I tell him how tired he is. Oh, you can't stay with me. Your legs tired. Like, all these different things. Everything is about Jedi mind tricks. So you just got to figure out who you're around to create these different identities for yourself. And that's one thing I really love about Kobe. I think Gates kind of does it too. A lot of these guys does it where they have this angle of you around them, so they create an aura for you to be in. And it may be real, it may not be. But that aura sometimes, if you're weak or whatever, it'll draw you in and have you succumb to them before you even get to the challenge table. Like, you ain't even at the challenge yet. Like, you and you tripping. But hey, shout out to that brother, man.
A little bit about what your partnership has meant to each other. How many years, Warren, have you been partners with Charlie?
I met him in 1959, and we instantly became partners in thinking. And then over the years, we developed all these financial relationships. But I knew immediately upon meeting Charlie that we were going to be we were in sync, and we've lasted a lot longer than I thought we would. But we have had an incredible.
So it was marriage at first sight. Warren is saying with him and Charlie. He said, as soon as we met, we were married and thinking. So our ideas were meshed. You probably go back and be like, yeah, y'all ain't do no deals. Yeah, we were working on things. We wasn't really friends. But every time we came to any table, our ideas matched. All right, we always do this thing where it says opposite attract. No, why you go get that dude? His idea completely different from you. He'll show you a different perspective. For what? You mean show me a different perspective? I'm trying to build something, not trying to experiment. Nigga, you a scientist? You're trying to experiment too much. You're a scientist. You trying to make up hypotheses and go do experiments outside. No. We're trying to build a legacy, right? So when you see these two guys right here, that's what you're looking at. The oracle, they call the brother. The oracle. I don't want to say the Omaha job because you know me. I'm one of them black guys. So I'm gonna shout out Terrence. I think he the oracle of Omaha. So shout you out. But I'm gonna let you talk, Warren. But you going there right now.
Incredible fun together. We've done all kinds of things. Some have worked, some haven't worked, and we've never had an argument. We disagree on things sometimes, but we've never had an argument. And he never second guess me. I try not to second guess him. It's a great relationship.
Charlie, 60 years. Did you know at that first meeting that you'd have a partnership like this?
Well, I knew that we were on the same page, but it's been very lucky that a little company became as big as it did, and that we've had the run we've had.
What's it like?
I think we're very talented and all that, but we've also had a tailwind of good luck.
What's it like in terms of how you all kind of use each other as sounding boards? How does that work?
Well, I think if two people collaborate in their own way, they're better off. Einstein would not have been able to do what he did if he didn't have various people to talk to.
It's more fun, too.
Yeah.
The ideas are better net, but it's also more fun. And when we disagree, Charlie says, well, you'll end up agreeing with me because you're smart and I'm right. Very simple. And he is right. That's the hell of it.
Not always.
You both act pretty unilaterally, though. You both kind of do your own things and then come to each other after the fact a lot of the time.
He knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking. And either one of us would ever do anything we really thought the other one was opposed to. We might feel like with a little selling to do, but we are in sync.
Would have been able to do what he did if he didn't have various people to talk to.
It's more fun, too.
Yeah.
The ideas are better.
And all that, but we've also had a tailwind of good luck.
What's it like in terms of how you all kind of use each other as sounding boards? How does that work?
Well, I think if two people collaborate in their own way, they're better off. Einstein would not have been able to do what he did if he didn't have various people to talk to.
It's more fun, too.
Yeah.
The ideas are.
So, let me speak on that concept because that's actually a deep concept. Ken Griffey, right? He's a renowned trader. When he was younger, a lot of people don't even know how renowned he was necessarily when he was younger as far as trading. But he also went on to be the guy that we know from Citadel, I want to say. Nevertheless, he started out trading, and the reason why he went away from trading was because of these exact reasons right here, what he was saying. It was lonely, which is why he went on to create a hedge fund. So that's how a lot of funds get started too. Because, like I say, traders, they don't last that long necessarily because if it's just you could only go so far. Remember, I was explaining to y'all early, like wise people, what you do is you let somebody else build something and you build on top of it. Somebody go build some big boat and you come through, nigga, and you build something on top of it, you made a yacht. Right? You don't recreate the boat and like, yo, I'm starting a whole new shape and nah. Bro, they got boats. What if I make them bigger? Like, what if I just supersize this whole process? Like, what would that actually do? That's what you're seeing when I'm talking about actually even bouncing a sounding board, right? Or nigga, a echo board or a echo, whatever it necessarily is. We use these words and we use it. Ah, man, that's bad. Look what he got. No. Look at how it's working for him. Then look at all the other successful people and look at how it worked for them. Because the process is, I think this way. You think this way. Only way we can disagree with each other is because we both think this way. So what that creates me being able to be like, well, on the ideology that we both have, da. And then you could be like, yeah, but if you look at this segment also says that if you do this with that, that's okay. And it's like, oh, I didn't even read it like that. Right? It's always going to be factual. That's why they say we have disagreements but no arguments. Right? That's why he say that we wouldn't do something that we know the other is completely opposed to because we're technically opposed to it. Right? That's the whole concept that they have, right? So disagreement meaning that I read the scripture, I missed something. You read it, you seen something, and now you bring it to me and I'm like, nah, I don't see that. But we both read the scripture and you go back and you show it to me right in the scripture. What could I say? I can't be mad at you. There's no arguments from that point. I can't, bro. I can't. You feel me? It's done now. It's like, okay, boom. Maybe we're going to move on from this. We'll come back to this once we both figure out how to implement it. Because that's what business is, right? Say, we want to buy a stock. You can show me a setup. Bro, look at the daily. Look at the weekly. Da. And I may show you another time frame and you say, ooh, you right. I ain't look at that time frame yet. That's the whole point of being on the same frequency. So disagreements happen, but no arguments. Because I don't need to change. I don't need to augment your thoughts. I don't need to change the way you're thinking. We're just disagreeing right now because maybe you didn't see the full data or maybe I'm missing part of the data. Right? That's what they're really stressing. Collaboration in their own way. Oh yeah, that's what he's just speaking like everybody needs a Warren Buffett and a Charlie Munger. Like that's why he brought up Einstein. So like whoever Einstein was collaborating with, however you necessarily collaborate, he's saying there has to be a sense of collaboration. There has to be a sense of ideas going out, ideas coming in. You don't never want to be speaking to the abyss. And that's why Warren jumped back in and said, nigga, it's more fun. He just jumped out and he's laughing and just making it general and plain. And that's why I brought up the brother Ken Griffey, because I remember the first time I watched his story and they was talking about how good of a trader he was and da. And he's probably one of the most decorated guys because of his schooling. See, the guy that I love the most, Jim Simons, he's the least decorated brother, but the most accomplished. Why? The reason why I'm saying he's the least decorated, he's probably the only one that didn't go to all these high schools necessarily for trading. He went for math, right? He's a mathematician. So that's the only thing different. But yeah, most of these guys, they always say, bro, on the trading floor, it's a lonely game. It's you in there and you battling. And once you create a hedge fund, then you start pooling things together. Then you start teaming up. That's how you kind of change the situation. Difference in interpretation plus ignorance equal argument. Yeah. See, but I wouldn't even say difference in interpretation. Like I said, it's just a lack thereof in the sense of information. Because if two people believe in the same thing, it can't be a different interpretation. Right? The Bible isn't meant to be interpreted different by two different people. Right? It's just everybody's not willing to get down to the bare bones of it. Or we say that, yo, some parts are taken out, so we don't even know where this goes to. Or somebody say, yo, I was in here, but somebody took me out of here. So, like, it's all these other concepts. So, like, that's what causes different interpretation, and that's not good at all, because think about all the different Bibles. But you're 100% right, where with comprehension, it only brings it to a disagreement, right? But these guys, I don't know if they necessarily have disagreements or they just disagree. Like, like, I feel like when you put it in a mint, like a compartment, I feel like it becomes something instead of where it happened. Like, yeah, over our life, we probably disagree like 5 times. Yeah, he said this, and I was like, nah. And we end up just not doing it because we couldn't come to a conclusion on the disagreement necessarily. Simple and plain, right? But the idea of two people having a difference in interpretation, that's also going to be confusing, because there's never going to be a factual way to get to something. And that's the whole point that I was saying, that when people say that opposite attract, I've never heard that. And that's why when you see most successful people, when they tell you about the bro they with, they just like them. It's just the way the concept works. Because only way that you can actually check me, like just in a simple sense, if I'm a Rasta and you not a Rasta, you can't necessarily tell me what I'm necessarily supposed to be doing. You can't be like, yo, you can't do that. If I'm a such and such Christian and you a such and such Christian, then you tell me, yo, I seen you smoking. I'm like, damn, what bro seen that at in the scripts? You like, nah, I don't read them scripts. I read these scripts. That's a different interpretation, bro. What are we talking about? Nah, I can have comprehension, and we just have a disagreement, right? Because I just know that we got different interpretations. But if we had the same interpretation, don't matter how much I want to have a different interpretation or whatever I want to make up in my head, what's actually going on is I'm being ignorant. Because now you're either showing me the information or I'm either showing you the information. If you saying, yo, you getting your ass bust, and I'm like, yeah, but it's because of this, and you saying, nah, it's because of this, that's two different interpretations, but there is one true fact where you could actually see it, and you could be like, well, nah, he was right. Look, it was this reason right here. And then now, how can we keep going on? That's what I'm saying. The different interpretation is only when facts are lacking. So I don't really like being in a situation without facts, because it's very, very hard to get to the point where you're going to convince somebody else that, yo, your facts wrong, bro. Nah, your facts wrong. And it's like, okay, who got the facts? Oh, he got the facts. Cool, let's go look at it. He said you had 15 points. Right here it says you had 13 points, bro. So you were wrong. Right? And then now what I could do? Nah, Brian had 13 points. He had 11. Like, I guess we can keep arguing on then. That's when it becomes ignorance, and then we turn it into an argument, because there's never going to be a comprehension. But yeah, if we do have two different ideas, I think with the comprehension, it's still going to be bad blood. I'm still not going to like you. I don't want to be around you, right? Because you got a different interpretation than me. So meaning that I seen it different, and I'm just only comprehending to not have an argument. So that's why I'm saying it's a tight rope you got to kind of walk with this thing too. You can't just like move around as freely as you want to do with this whole disagreement and different interpretation situation. But those are some good points that you made.
Are better net, but it's also more fun. And when we disagree, Charlie says, well, you'll end up agreeing with me because you're smart and I'm right. Very simple.
So before we even heard this part, this is what I was going on about. And it's just human psychology. If we're both humans and we both understand basic facts, how long can we argue to where you're not being ignorant? That's what I'm saying. Everything is ignorance at a point, because if you know something or I know something, who the hell are you now to be like, bro, what? Nah, I don't believe that. You can say that for like 2 days, but I'm presenting you the facts. You have to now come back and say, damn, I was wrong. Disagreement done. That's what I'm saying. We disagree in times, But we always come back around and say, okay, cool, you were right. I had lack of information. When I grew up, I heard this. You didn't hear that? Oh, you grew up in a slightly different background. What you heard? Oh, okay, cool. Right, so that's what I was saying. So that's back to the same point, Empress, where it's extremely important to have people on the same frequency and in the same mindset that you, because every disagreement is going to get handled, because if we have different interpretation, even if I comprehend with you, I'm walking home, I'm angry. I'm telling my wife about it. I'm telling somebody about it. Like, man, these fuck niggas thought that this happened. Instead of it being like, okay, we came to understanding this did happen. Right? I can't be mad about it no more. It happened. This is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. But when it's like, no, that ain't what happened. It's like, what? No, that's what happened. I promise. No, that ain't what happened. I can comprehend with you, but I'm still at home and I still don't like you and it's still bad blood. So just like the brother Warren Buffett is explaining, nigga, Charlie hit him with some little slight shit like, bro, you smarter than me, nigga. And what I'm telling you right now, when you look at the facts, you're going to come back and be like, yo, you was right. Because I don't know how you didn't see this already. This shit is as clear as day. Maybe you blinded by some type of other shit. So this is another reason why you want somebody on your same page, because if you don't even know what we looking at, who the hell is him to tell me that I'm looking at the wrong stuff? You don't look at it. I've been showing it to you for months. You don't even know what it is. Right? So that's what I'm saying. A different interpretation, that can work in business, boy, because it's going to always be, okay, that's my idea then. That's your idea. Instead of us being like, nah, fuck it. Pull it up. Pull it up. And then we just come to it from that point.
And he is right. That's the hell of it.
Not always.
You're both pretty. You both act pretty unilaterally, though. You both kind of do your own things and then come to each other after the fact a lot of the time.
He knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking. And either one of us would ever do anything we really thought the other one was opposed to. We might feel that with a little selling to do, but we are in sync.
Right, so even when she tried to use it unilaterally, not necessarily, but yeah, in terms, we're not married. He's a man, I'm a man. He goes to his house, I go to my house, but we have the same brain. So, yeah, I guess. But he not thinking about something I'm not thinking about. That's what I just said. We got the same brain. This is like, oh man, Warren Buffett funny. But yeah, this is what people don't understand too. Like a lot of times we had these two conversations. It's usually male CEOs or a male CEO with like however the hierarchy work is two males. Or maybe it'd be a male and a female, but they're not married. There is couples that's like that, but I'm just saying the normal situation that we hear publicly is these situations. So we'll hear it and we'll be like, look, they work separately. It's like they two grown ass men in their own house. That's why I love Warren Buffett, because if you listen to him and you listen to Bill Gates and you listen to Charlie Munger, you understand. Oh shit, this look, I'm talking about their name. They all on the interview together, but they ain't the one I'm playing next. I'm hearing Jay-Z getting some bad traction, but I'm not playing Jay-Z next either. But Jay-Z coming up.
Hello, my name is Christina Nunez. I'm a fellow dental student to Josh. Thank you for speaking with us today. I'm curious about your insight related to relationships. I'm personally, given a desire to honor myself and respect other individuals, have found it difficult throughout life to discern which relationships to really foster and invest in and accept challenges from, and which to kind of forego and abandon because they're more harmful than helpful. So are there any major life lessons that you two have learned through your personal experiences?
Well, it's a very important question, and the more you will move in the direction of the people that you associate with. So it's important to associate with people that are better than yourself, and actually the most important decision many of you make, not all of you, will be the spouse you choose. Right. And you want to associate with people who are the kind of person you'd like to be. You'll move in that direction, and the most important person by far in that respect is your spouse. I can't overemphasize how important that is, and you're right. The friends you have, they will form you as you go through life, and make some good friends, keep them for the rest of your life, but have them be people that you admire as well as like.
Bill, you'd add to that?
Yeah, some friends do bring out the best in you, and so it's good to invest in those friendships. And some friends challenge you about things you're doing, and that that level of intimacy is great. I wouldn't say that I was so obsessed with work. I didn't invest, I'd say, in my 20s and 30s as much as I should have. It's really through Melinda and seeing other people I realized, okay, that is it's really worth the investment to have those people as you're always there to help them, and vice versa.
So
Hey, Bill, I ain't taking no shots at you, bro, but we know your relationship. And, like, we hear you speaking. And, like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, though. You speaking completely different from, like Warren Buffett is like your dad. And you know what he telling you? Man, bro, you waste a lot of your middle ages frolicking with your time. Let me run him back so you can hear him in his 20s, what he did in his 20s. Because I played Mr. Buffett. He talking to a young lady. She graduated in college. She clearly in her 20s.
And so it's good to invest in those friendships. And some friends challenge you about things you're doing, and that that level of intimacy is great. I wouldn't say that I was so obsessed with work. I didn't invest, I'd say, in my 20s and 30s as much as I should have. It's really through Melinda and seeing other people I realized, okay, that is it's really worth the investment to have those people as you're always there to help them, and vice versa.
So we started with friendship, and we end with a question of friendship. I want to thank, first of all,
You have an iconic duo, and growing up, I found your investment strategies very admirable. And so my question is, how do you deal with conflicts when they arise between the two of you?
Charlie and I, literally, and people find this hard to believe, but in 60 years, we've never had an argument. We have disagreed about things, and we'll probably keep occasionally disagreeing about this or that. But if you define an argument as something where emotion starts entering into it, or anger or anything of the sort, it just doesn't happen. I think that Charlie is smarter than I am, but I also think that there are certain things where I've spent more time on him than he has, and sometimes we both think we're right, and generally I get my way because Charlie is willing to do it that way, and he's never second-guessed me when things have been wrong, and I wouldn't dream of second-guessing him if he were doing something that was wrong. So it turned out to be wrong. We'll never have a conflict, basically. Charlie?
Well, the issue is how we get along. The issue is how is it going to work when we're gone, and the answer is fine. It's going to work fine.
We're lucky that, I ran into him when I was, 28 years old, and I both worked in the same grocery store, and he grew up less than a block away from where I now live and everything, but I did not know who Charlie Munger was until I was 28. But clearly we're in sync in how we see the world, and we're in sync on business decisions, basically. Charlie would do fewer things than I would, but that's because I'm spending my time on this while he's designing dormitories or something.
See, and like I said, that also comes back to where I think this is a problem in the black community, where it's like submission. I heard it just recently where it was a black chick, and they was talking about submission, and she was like, yeah, man, they be wanting you to submit, but I think I look at it the weird way it say, like a submission. Like, why are you doing your missions? I'm doing little submissions. I'm like, hold on, what the fuck? But that sounds stupid, bro. So you telling me I'm doing a big mission, bro, and you doing submissions, bro? So right now, we playing GTA, bro. We trying to motherfucking take CJ to go hit this little spot. And you telling me that you've been trying to get big. So we're stopping at all these damn burger spots and we're eating burgers. And you telling me that that's going to get me to the fucking mission at the same speed that I'm trying to get to this mission at? It's no way you understand what submission mean, bro. It's no way nobody understand what submission mean, bro. Listen to what this man is telling you. Yo, I think Charlie's smarter than I am. But for some reason, Charlie not locked in on this. So, when we talk about this, Charlie be smarter than me. So a lot of time I come in there with my emotions in the sense, not with an argument. I come in there with my emotions on the plays. I'm seeing them. I'm looking at a setup. But Charlie's smart. Charlie like, nah, that's not really a good one. Charlie will try to go back and forth with me, but Charlie is not going to spend his time arguing with me because what? He trusts in me, and also he wants me to fall on my head so I can be like, oh, all right, bomb. But what say does Charlie necessarily have? No. Don't listen to that too closely. Listen to it loose. Meaning, Charlie is looking at dormitories and building them out, trying to do some fucking giving away money shit. Philanthropo. Some made up word shit they doing. They not doing nothing. But Charlie is doing that, whatever he think he doing. Warren is actually looking at companies. He's reading these reports every day. That's one of Warren's Johns. Warren got nothing on his calendar. One John on his calendar, nigga. He just play bridge and read fucking finance reports. So he know finance reports, bro. So like he could look at a finance report real quick and see a problem within a finance report. While Charlie is smart, he may look at a finance report and he looking at financial shit. Ah, look at that. That ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. But he's fixated on that finance setup. He looking at it and he like, bro, Warren, you sure? Warren, you sure that this company a good company? And Warren hell bent on it. He like, yo, look at the finances. That's why Warren is not one of the most winningest nigga in this trading world. That's why you need a nigga like Charlie Munger. You need a brainiac, and you need somebody that's there that when you make your bonehead decision in the and people killing you, people like me, other people like, yo, what Warren doing, bro? What is Warren investing in, bro? The pandemic happened. Warren did a bunch of bullshit ass sales. Look at him. He's in a bad position. He got his homeboy there next to him. He okay. He made his money on. But Warren don't really know what he talking about. I think about the time Warren said bullshit about Bitcoin. Warren don't know what the hell he talking about. Think about the time Charlie and him agreed with each other, said bullshit about Bitcoin. Munger trying to shake off the iron. I ain't got no video. What you mean? Oh, I ain't got. Yeah, matter of fact, you 100% right. This visual over here, for some reason, I thought it was supposed to be changing through. Because I do have the Jay-Z John that I want to run too. That's crazy. Oh, I know why. Because I think I'm on the same setup. So they keep on. Let me see. Is this the same one? This number 2. Let me see. Okay, I think I got something that might work today. Okay. Okay, so man, what is this? Like I'm seeing something that I don't like. That's that shit I don't like. This shit right here, bro. Nah, ain't that. This right here. This ain't it. This ain't it. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? It gotta be this. It's not this. It gotta be this. It's definitely not that. This bro tripping, bro. He tripping. My bad, y'all. Just tripping.
And we both keep busy in our own ways, and we have a lot of fun dividing the labor like we do. But you really want to work. I mean,
having the right partners in life, particularly the right spouse, but particularly having the right partners in life is enormously important. I mean, it's more fun with a partner, both in personal life and in business life, and you probably get more accomplished too. But you just have a better time. It would not be any fun to do work in a little room and make a ton of money trading around securities, but never working with another human being. So I recommend finding. Well, Charlie gave some advice in the movie, finding the best person will have you or something like that. Sort of a limited objective.
But it's not hard to be happy if you're a collector and don't run out of money. Collecting is intrinsically fun. Just think, how many people who you know in your whole life who were collectors who didn't run out of money, who weren't happy collecting? That's what we've been collecting all our lives. It's a very interesting thing. There's always a new rock to be turned over. It's interesting.
Yeah, and certainly we've collected friends that make our lives better and that we have a good time with. And it's very important, who you select as your heroes or your friends. And I've been lucky in this. I mean, it was only because of a doctor named Eddie Davis and his wife that Charlie and I even met. But if you keep doing enough things, some will work out. Very lucky, and the best ones are ones that involve lifelong involvement with other people. We've got some of our directors, a number of our directors that have had similar impacts on me. So I recommend that you look for somebody better than you are, and then try to be like they are.
That brother Warren Buffett, a lover of friends, man. I love Warren Buffett for that shit, man. Man, Warren love friends, bro. Like Warren, like a nigga that Mon Dukes would be like, hey man, no friends over the night. And Warren start crying. Warren love friends, bro. That nigga Charlie Munger say, bro, we collectors. We like collecting stuff. Bro say, yeah. Over our time, think about it, we collect a lot of friends. But Charlie Munger be bullshitting. He old too, bro. Charlie Munger older than Warren Buffett, bro. Charlie Munger gone now, but I'm just saying he was older than Warren Buffett, bro. So you already know Charlie was giving it out different, bro. Charlie was already on the type of just a grumpy old man type vibe. He like, man, I don't even care about that shit, bro. I don't even got me talking about Warren, bro. We need to go to the crib. Like he trying to go to the crib, ass nigga. He just want to vibe. That's the type of bro you dealing with right there. But shout them out. Shout them two brothers out, because what we was able to learn from those brothers, how important it is to actually have somebody that you can bounce ideas off of and have, like, cause I'm gonna tell you, like, first of all, like I said, he kept saying it's more fun. It's more fun. You ain't even gotta look at the more fun. Go look at history. Go look at more successfuls. Fuck all the more funs. The more funs is like the peaches on top. Right? What's on top? The cream was on top? I don't even eat peaches and cream. I'm talking about the peaches on top. You know I don't eat peaches and cream because I don't even know what's supposed to be on top. I lost. It's like the icing on the top of the cake, bro. I eat cake. The icing right on top of that cake. Yeah, you gotta have an icing right on top of that cake, because if you don't, bro, you're gonna be in for a lot of trouble. It's more fun, bro. And like I keep on telling y'all about Ken Griffey, and a lot of people, they start out doing it and they walk away. They say, nah, I can't do this trading, John, no more. And that's why I always speak about successful traders. I say, man, there's very few of them boys. And the ones that you do find, man, go listen to how they trade. Yeah, them niggas different, bro. They different than the average bros that I know gonna be sad and lonely. Yeah, they way different, bro. But they can get strange too. They can get like Sam Bankman fraud. You can get a lot of money, boy. You get a lot of money. You can get strange with a lot of money. You know, people get real strange with a lot of money. The more money you get, the stranger some people get. Some people start out very normal, and then they get some money and they say, yo, I gotta get strange, bro. I can't think about the last time I've been strange, my boys. So this is my last Warren Buffett, and I'm about to jump into this Jigga. Cause what's up with my nigga Jigga?
be so much more satisfactory than to try and be lovable. But it doesn't work that way. You know, one of the interesting things about investment is that there's no degree of difficulty factor. I mean, if you're going to go diving in the Olympics and try and win a gold medal, you get paid more in effect for certain kinds of dives than others because they're more difficult and they properly adjust for that factor. But in terms of investing, there is no degree of difficulty. If something is staring you right in the face and the easiest decision in the world, the payoff can be huge. And we get paid not for jumping over 7-foot bars, but for stepping over 1-foot bars. First of all, I'd say marry the right person. And I'm serious about that. It would be so much more satisfactory than to try and be lovable. But it doesn't work that way. You know, one of the interesting things about investment is that there's no degree of...
So yeah, that's what I'm telling you about investing, bro. A lot of people, they like jumping over the 10-foot poles because you know what? They look cool doing it. But you're getting paid the same amount, if not less. Because you know what? I was telling y'all that this dude, he bought 5 million shares at $21 a piece. That's just a little old dude. That's just a little old dude. This dude, bro, Warren Buffett homeboy, that Warren Buffett funding. He's under I think he owned crazy 2,000 whatever amount of shares, of Berkshire shares. And them Johns, you know Berkshire shares, which is extremely expensive for some reason because he never fucking break them bitches up. Nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. This brother taking $15 million a simulator. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Money is being gone around and it's being thrown around and it's being made. But the people that's making it, the difficulty that they doing is basics. They just walking over a pole, bro. And you as a trader, you doing some fucking gymnastics. You doing some twirls and some flips and some in and some outs just to make the same amount. Just to make the same amount, bro. Bro, Crody. Crody gang. Goddamn. I heard Crody on boy did some new shit too. So Crody gang is up right now. Shout out to Crody gang. Shout out to Crody gang. Matter of fact, before I even get to my last John, which is the Jay, matter of fact, I don't know what's going on with the Jay-Z John. So I don't know Jay-Z my last John. Let me play the Jay-Z right now for y'all. Because I don't really know what's going on with the Jay-Z John at all. I don't really know nothing at all with Jay-Z John.
This is old school, right?
But I do want y'all to understand that, bro. Traders, are y'all doing too much bat flips, and y'all like CrossFit athletes. Y'all not getting paid more than like a bodybuilder, I don't think. And them bros weird, right? Them bros not getting paid more than an NBA player to stay fit. It's some fit ass guys out here. Like them guys like they're not getting paid more than some like soccer players to stay fit. You feel me? I'm confused, bro. Why everybody is not like looking at the difficulty they doing? It's because maybe it's passion. Maybe it's passion. I don't think it's passion. You know what I think it is? I think it's like a new lane. Like a lane that's already dominated. And I think like, man, let me go over here and make up a lane. Yo, who could do the most 3-pointers backflipped? What you mean 3-pointer backflips? Yeah, do a backflip at 3-point line and shoot it. Okay, I can't really do that. Look at bro. Bro can't do that. I won this John 4 years in a row. Alright. And what's the grand prize over there? Oh, shout y'all out. Oh, yeah. $1,000. Man, change your life. Alright, so all these different $50,000. Ooh, change your life. Bro, all the injuries, bro. Have you ever paid for medical bills, bro? $50,000, bro. You ain't even looking at medical bills. So, bro, I'm just trying to think about what Warren just told us before we leave the Warren and leave the Munger. R.I.P. to the legend. Right, before we leave these two guys. Not Warren. Warren is still here with us right now. He loves friends, though. Maybe he got his wife still. Warren gonna be here as long as he got at least 2 friends left. If Warren lose any more friends, Warren out here. Number 1 and fastest growing debate channel. That. Hey, I'm talking about just make up a new lane. If a lane get too crowded and you feel like you can't win in that John, like just skate over that bit real quick and just like make up some new shit. And everybody will be like, man, and like I tell you, like the first 2 annual Johns, fuck, bro. But bro, once you start actually getting some people, couple people come through. Man, yo, you done changed. Everybody like, yo, that's bro right there. That's, man, bro, debate. Bro, debate. Right, so, yo, shout these folks out, though. But, yeah, Warren Buffett said a mouthful, bro. And I just want us to take that one, bro, and just understand that, bro, investing is literally, bro, stepping over 1-foot poles, bro. 1-foot hurdles, bro. And there is people trying to do the 400-meter. Matter of fact, y'all making up new races now. Y'all in the 800-meter sprint hurdle. Yeah. You got to sprint the hurdles because what happened is if you don't run fast, the hurdles start to lift up even more to where it become like tempo runs where you sliding under hurdles now because you can't jump them all. I'm just telling you, bro, we are doing the most as traders, bro. And this man Warren Buffett saying that all he doing is just walking up. You know Warren Buffett can't even jump. I just told y'all he wasn't the best trader. I just told y'all he gets smacked by Jim Simons every second. But I think is Jim Simons making the money for it, though? I think Jim Simons got more money than Warren Buffett. I don't be seeing Jim Simons' name on those lists, though, bro. You see, bro? You see what I'm telling you? You see what I'm telling you? Jim Simons' name probably not even on the list, G. Man, I gotta check. I gotta do my research on Jim Simons in a little bit. But I'm about to run this Jay-Z. But nah, it's not Jay-Z cosplaying. Nah, Jay-Z not cosplaying, I don't think. Not yet. What Jay-Z doing right now is, I don't know what Jay-Z doing, matter of fact. But what's going on, I'm guessing it's a new educational plan. Right? And it's in PA. Alright, it's in PA. And you know who in PA. You know who in Philly. But it says, who is this? AFT Pennsylvania. This ain't it. And for good measure, he's a still of that PA's richest man. Potential Trump Treasury Secretary and the force behind the voucher push in PA. Hold on, man. Let's play this. I don't know what the hell going on.
Wing school choice.
Nah, what family office list? Nah, I'm saying I don't know. Is Jim Simons even on the richest bruh list? Because I know he's made way more money than Warren Buffett over his life as far as on trading. He's a way more profitable trader than Warren Buffett. He has a way greater win rate. But like, I don't think I seen him on like the Forbes list. Nah, Dr. Umar, boy. That nigga Dr. Umar be cosplaying as a dating expert. That boy crazy. Shout out to Mizzle. I gotta have Umar on the cast. Boy, that's one of my dreams. Cause bro, Umar. And the main reason why I got Umar on my cast because I felt like I was the first Umar supporter. But I'm almost now probably like one of the like starchiest Umar critics. Like very, very starch. Like a nigga with them like real stiff jeans. That's the type of vibe I'm on right now with Umar. So, nah, I don't know if he cosplaying as Umar, nigga. Umar cosplaying as his own. So yeah, and maybe everybody right now being somebody else, and that's maybe the new wave. where you just like pass down who you is. You just like, yo, I'm bruh. And bruh like, oh, I'm bruh. Oh, I'm bruh. Everybody just jumping out their body and just getting into another nigga body, because this shit is, at this point, let's hear him though.
So if you don't know what school choice is, let me break it down for you. That's what we in school. That's what we in night school, right? School choice is a very particular framework and language.
Hey, this brother that I'm playing to, brother, I don't even want to disagree. I don't even want to disrespect you, bro. I'm gonna keep all ad hominems attacks away from anybody that hasn't attacked me. But this brother that we listening to, I'm not a I'm not a starch supporter of this brother, but I'm not a starch critic of this brother either. I'm really indifferent when it comes to this brother. So maybe you listening to him, maybe you gonna judge me. Say, oh, bro, you watching, bro? We don't fuck with bro. I don't know if y'all fuck with bro. It's like I don't. That's not the point of this whole John. I'm just trying to get some backstory on the Jay-Z situation.
It's used by the right. Again, the right loves the language of liberty and freedom. They like to do things that actually restrict rights or harm people, but use the language of liberty to make it sound good, right? Like think about all of the during COVID-19 when people talked about, it's liberty to wear to not have to wear a mask. It's like, yeah, your liberty is tied to making everybody else sick, right? It's like liberty and freedom is a very particular narrative.
See, this is what I was telling y'all from the beginning. I didn't want nobody to listen to this and already be like, oh man, look at bro, he dumb. So, damn, I said I wasn't gonna do no ad hominems. No, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying that people may say that. Why may people say that? Because, bro, are you not watching any of the news, bro? What are you talking about? The mask did absolutely nothing. And why would you still use that as an example of something, bro? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people, like, it's some people, they get on the right path. They be like, yo, what's going on in Israel? That's terrible. And then they just, like, still be really, really dumb. Man, bro, I don't want to say you dumb, bro, but what are you talking about, fam? You still speaking about masks? Yep, that's the young brother. That's the young brother that presented himself as an expert on birth. He turned into a look. He went to cosplaying as a gynecologist on one of the show, and on the show with Candace, as you feel me, while cosplaying as a gynecologist, he had the nerve to let Candace know, like, yo, I know you a woman. I know you out there giving birth, but I'm gonna let you know one thing right now, one thing only. A man could give birth, and I don't know why how you don't understand something so simple, but a man could give birth. So yeah, this is definitely the brother. And now, this is why I told y'all before it even started that he's gonna keep it going, because even right now in 2024, this brother is saying he's making fun of the mask people now still. It's like, come on, bro. You didn't see the excess death and all the stuff that's going on in UK. You didn't see Fauci getting called to the stand. Like, what? Like, do you just think this is all a witch hunt? Crazy, bro. You didn't see people looking at Trump and saying, yo, what's wrong with Trump, bro? Trump really was the nigga that pushed that vaccine shit on that Wall Street. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody's agreeing with what you're talking about, fam. How are you still on that angle? That's what I'm saying with this brother. This brother, he tough, bro. He's a hard cookie to deal with, because he's ignorant. You don't know what studies he's looking at, because it's like, bro, why are you saying that? Like, why would that be your angle to even come at still? Like, why just like skip past that example? But nevertheless, he just saying it's your choice. It's not your choice. That's what he's saying. It's not your choice. Nobody has a choice to do anything, because me as a Democrat, I'm so scared that I might get something, because for some reason I don't even get it, bro. Why would you even be worried, G? Don't you have your vaccine? You feel me? Don't you have your V? Chill out, bro.
So anyway, school choice is not about giving people choices. It's about undermining public education by taking public funds and redirecting them with vouchers, right? So you give kids, back in the day it was $3,000, then it became like $5,000. where parents would give that the money that's earmarked for them through public funding, they could then use and take it to go to any school they wanted. Now, of course, those funds weren't usually good enough to get to a high quality private school. You couldn't go to a high quality private school for $3,000 or $5,000. Now you couldn't go for $10,000 or even 20 in some cities. Shit, in New York, you might not be able to go for 30. But that money gives people an illusion of choice, and all it does is fund the private market and undermine the public sphere. Now, I get that everybody doesn't understand that. People think private school is the answer. People think privatizing the public good is the answer. This is all neoliberalism, right? Taking all the market and liberalizing it, opening it up. It's about taking the public good and privatizing it. It's about using economic models to solve all of our problems. That's what this is about. But some people don't know that. So maybe Jay-Z didn't know that, right? Maybe he just made a good choice or bad choice, excuse me. Or maybe Roc Nation got tied up in something. Who knows, right? And I don't want to infantilize him. Jay-Z's a brilliant man. But this is the logic. And then you look at who's funding this stuff in Pennsylvania. You know who's funding it? A man named Jeffrey Yass. He is a billionaire. He is an architect. He is an architect of the school choice models. The billionaires, just like Betsy DeVos, the last Secretary of Education, these people, I'm sorry, this is so petty and unnecessary, but Isaac Smith said, Jeffrey Yass, Queen, let's go. Every time I say Jeffrey Yass's name, I do want to go Jeffrey Yass, but I'm a child. Anyway, the point here is Jay-Z is a part of it. Jay-Z in this picture is with Jeffrey Yass. He's with him. They're hanging out. Billionaires hang out. What is the lesson in this? Why am I even pointing this out? Well, it's a couple things. One, I want the public to understand that school choice models are dangerous. Why? Because they take money from public education. They strip money away from public education. People say, what's that kid's money? No. What happens is when you create these choice models, the kids who take advantage of it ultimately don't end up going to high quality educational opportunities. And oftentimes the people who exercise those options, there's a creaming effect. So you take some of the strong families, some of the engaged families from public school, and you put them in these other spaces. They don't do extraordinarily well over there, according to the data. And then public schools are left to deal with children who stayed, great, but they're left to do it with less money. And a lot of times those private schools aren't going to take the kid who's in special education. They're not going to take the kid who learns differently. They're not going to take the kid who's a quote unquote behavior problem. So they take off that's why it's called a creaming effect. They take off the top these, certain kids, and then public schools are left even more in a more precarious position than ever before. Public schools can't be saved by sending people to private schools. You can't just take everyone in public schools and send them to private schools. The market doesn't even work that way. It doesn't even work within market logic. So what you ultimately end up with are models that don't work. I'm going to say it again. There is no data to suggest that these school choice models actually work and actually produce, improvement in learning outcomes or educational outcomes in terms of like degree, graduation, things like that. Then they're alternatives. So this is not a good plan. This only serves the rich. The rich are the ones who will operate these schools. The rich are the ones who are going to create these for-profit companies and organizations. Someone asked, are we talking about charter schools? No, not talking about charter schools. In general, we're not. Charter schools are not private schools. Charter schools are public institutions. When people say charter school versus public school, that's not accurate. Charter schools are public schools. They're publicly funded, but they're often privately run. So even the charter school movement, to the extent that they're being supported, they are an attempt to take an end run around traditional public schools, but it's still public school funding. But this plan ain't even about charter schools. This is about something else. But again, I'm going to show you the deeper connection here, because we still don't have a critical enough analysis of billionaires. Whether it was Jay-Z at the Super Bowl or Jay-Z right now. And I love Jay-Z. I'm a Jay-Z fan. I like him. I think he's great personality, one of the greatest rappers we've ever seen, one of the greatest artists we've ever seen. I have extraordinary pride when I see Jay-Z thrive and succeed, right? It's just as a black man, I get all of it. But he's still a billionaire. And billionaires do billionaire stuff. And the fact that he's friends with Jeffrey Yass ain't no coincidence. Billionaires know each other and they kick it. And this billionaire and that billionaire are supporting each other on a project that undermines public education. And so when Rock Nation stands up and puts the imprimatur of The Rock, of Jay-Z, who has so much cultural cachet, he has so much cultural capital, he has so much power, he has so much ability to change the world and move the culture. He is so popular and so loved and so damn cool. When he stands up and does this, what do you see? You see a whole bunch of people on Twitter and other places, which I saw with my own eyes, say, and y'all thought Hov ain't do nothing for us. Look at him putting $300 million in Philly schools. No, he's not putting $300 million in Philly schools. He's using his name and his influence to advance a right-wing educational co-optation of the public good by the rich and powerful in the private sphere. We can't allow it. So we say no to the Jay-Z initiative. We say no to the Rock Nation initiative. But I don't want to blame Jay-Z for all this. For underprivileged youth. They go to low-performing schools in the state. Rock Nation stood 10 toes on this plan. They said that they wanted to, I'm going to read the quote, to empower the youth and families with the knowledge to pursue their scholastic dreams, make their voices heard, and become the leaders of tomorrow. Now, for a lot, sounded good. For some people, it even sounded great. It's like, wait a minute, Jay-Z's rolling up with $300 million, and first of all, Jay-Z is not, and Rock Nation is not donating $300 million, which would be a wild number for somebody worth like $1 billion or even $1.5 billion. You know, I mean, Jay-Z got money, but like you don't give up 1/5 of your net worth to Philadelphia schools. So it didn't seem plausible to me on its face, but I was like, maybe he's bundling money, organizing money, you know, whatever it is. That kind of makes sense, except it doesn't, right? The 300, and you're right, Robin Walker Murphy's literally writing in and saying the point. It's not that they're taking $300 million and adding it to the pool. They're simply redirecting public funds toward private schools. This is just a regular, old-fashioned, right-wing school choice model. That's all it is. This ain't no different. This ain't no more or less fancy.
Okay, so I tried to give the brother the benefit of the doubt and go back. And why was I going back? I was hoping that he was going to actually go into what was actually going on. So this is what we're seeing on the chart right now. It was just at 33. So I was saying you could have got your buy right there, but they reset a lot of these time frames. Remember, tomorrow Wacky Wednesday, so expect wacky nonsense. 2 hour topped out. But the only thing that you need to understand is that the last reading necessarily wasn't positive in a downtrend. So like, even though they're pulling back maybe to go back up. So that's kind of what you got to understand about Wacky Wednesday. That's what they do. But nevertheless, I went back to listen to the brother, see if he was going to go in. The brother went nowhere. So what he's saying is that school choice is bad. Yeah, he's a co-founder of Susquehanna, the Susquehanna type of brother. But nevertheless, this brother, I went back. I was trying to hopefully that he was gonna go in on it, like, man, Jay-Z can't be doing this, because if you read The initiative said this, and if you read it, he didn't say any of that. You know what he said? He said, man, this is an old right-wing trick. This just school choice. And I'm like, damn, what's bad with that? So, like, everybody's still trying to wonder, what's bad with that? It's just school choice. Yeah, but school choice ain't really school choice like you think it is, though. Oh, shit, bro, about to paint me another picture. Hold on. I got to leave. I don't need another picture painted. No, hold on, let me paint you. Hold on. It's already painted, bro. It's already painted. It's not school choice the way you think it is, bro. They giving you that money to go to, like, just another school. Or whatever school you want to go to. You're not going to be able to go to no great school. Huh. Damn. That shit fucked me up. So, I just got freedom to go to a lot of other schools, but, like, I can't go to, like, a great charter school or something like that. You saying, though? That what you saying? So you saying it's not really helpful because now what it's doing is redirecting the money from the poor schools in my neighborhood. And, like, I'm going to start going to the schools outside of my neighborhood. Okay. That sounds bad. And why is the schools in my neighborhood poor? Okay. Now, I'm just trying to figure out how do we fix it from that level. Because it seems like we're going one direction with it. And I'm not mad at One Direction. One Direction was one of my favorite groups at one point. Never was my favorite group, dude. Chill out. But nevertheless, we're going one direction. I just want to figure out the beginning so, like, we don't have to go that direction. Because right now it seems like you're saying that we shouldn't have freedom of school. Because that's right wing. And what it's going to do is going to make you take your money to another school that ain't really that good. But it's better than your school. So you're going over there. But you don't really need to be there. You need to be at your school because your school. Yeah. Like, just imagine that concept, though, Empress, that there's a problem with freedom of school because you can't get into the best ones. Okay. But you saying I can go to any one that I want to go to, though. And it's going to be. Okay. But you're just saying that I'm not going to be able to go to the greatest ones ever. So it's better that I go to one that I don't want to go to. Hey, man, yeah, that makes sense. Come on, man. Why would I be trying to even go to a school? Right? Why would I be even trying to go to a school that's so good anyways when I could be staying at my school? Because I can't go to the number 1 school in the world. I can only go to the number 6 school or the number 4 school. Maybe even number 9 school. But that's terrible because I can't go to the number 1 school. Like, he made no sense of why school choice is so bad. He went on to tell you that, yo, it's going to take money from this John and it's just going to spread it out. And I agree with that aspect. That's why I'm saying, yo, so what's the first beginning? Because, like, I agree with you being like, yo, you don't really want the teachers to lose their jobs. I don't know what that means. Yeah, because they work at one school. And that school's not getting any funding because they're not doing good. So you don't want those teachers to lose their jobs, is what they're saying. And you're like, okay, well, why would the teachers be losing their jobs? Yeah, that school not doing good. Nah, you might even be able to go to see. I don't know how much the tuition is. How much the tuition is over there at Bishop Moore. Right? That's what you got to think about with all these different schools. How much is the tuition at Agape? How much is the tuition at any of these schools, nigga? Right? What's the number 1 school? What's the number 1 charter school that you can possibly go to? And what's the tuition for that? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's making all these Johns, and it's like, I wish he would have came to us even with numbers, because, like, it sounds like crazy on just the face of it, just to be like, yo, it's bad, bro. Just think about it. The money is being taken away from these poor schools, and now you can just go to any school, but not the best school, bro. So what's the point of even leaving the school? It's like, what? That don't even make any sense. You saying I can go to any school? Like, I thought you was gonna say, nah, it's a trap. You're not gonna be able to go to no schools. Right outside of what you're
What? But just think about it. Like, what the hell is the man saying necessarily? He's saying that the fact that you can go to a lot of schools, but you can't go to the best school, this is a whole trap. And like I said, I do understand it, bro. Because it's like being like, yo, you can go to Walmart. And there's like little stores around. Like little Caribbean stores. Little all these different stores. All these different stores, bro. And you know what you choose to do? Go spend your money at Walmart because it's cheaper and you trying to save some money. But now imagine if they gave you a store of choice. Then now you taking that money out of Walmart's. And now you going to fund other stuff. And now the Walmart got to leave. Is basically what he's saying. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how is there a bad thing? If something is bad and now I have enough funds, so I say, yo, that job wasn't good for me when I was poor, so now I got some funds, I ain't using it. How is that now the bad part of the whole deal? Because he's saying that's a bad part of the deal. All right, so remember I just showed y'all this John went to 30, now it's at 39. So this is what I'm telling you with the 15. It gets really, really tricky with these buys because you're in the Wacky Wednesday time. So you got to understand, he really needs to elaborate. He already did. I went back and listened to everything. He just saying this is a right-wing tactic. And matter of fact, we could even watch a video on it just to see like what people think. But yeah, that was his main gripe with Jay-Z. Jay-Z on that school choice shit, man. That's a right-wing tactic. I wanna hear like somebody really bureaucrats are trying to control school choice. Like I really want to hear somebody go in on it, Empress. So look, we about to watch a little.
If you're like
small
most
clip.
consumers, you're probably very careful about how you spend your money. You compare products, weigh your options, and then make a decision. But
see, look, they're using the same example as me, Empress, where I was saying like this is kind of one of the best examples in my mind to be like, yo, you got a store, bro, Walmart don't got good, like, they don't treat you good, right? They might not have good vegetables. But you're not going to the better store because they got better vegetables. This nigga gonna look at you and be like, yeah, but you can't go to Whole Foods, though. It's like, what? I don't want to go to Walmart, bro. I just want enough funding to go where I want to go. Yeah, but you don't even know that you want to go to this one that's way more expensive. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. But what he's saying is that the kids that's going to take advantage of it, they know about those schools. So they're going to want to go to those schools. And it's like, okay, what school is that? If it's another public school, bro, I doubt that's the shit, bro. Like, I think you probably making like a charter school angle. I don't know, bro. I don't know what your argument is, bro. But we about to play this what is school choice video. So let's
what
see
if
if
this
we get
choice
an
was taken
illustration.
away from you? This is School Choice. Made simple. Brought to you by the Heritage Foundation. Consider the story of two towns, Choiceville and Districtville. In Choiceville, residents enjoy a wide variety of grocery shopping options. For example, at the Green Pea Market, Jill finds a large selection of vegetables. At the Big Steer Butcher, Jim purchases prime cuts of meat. And at the Mega Mart, Jenny buys bulk items for her large family. Each resident can choose the supermarket that best meets their needs. And because residents have a choice where they spend their grocery dollars, supermarkets in Choiceville try very hard to keep their customers happy. For example, at the market on 5th, customers enjoy fresh bread throughout the day.
Right, this was the only thing I'm thinking. It's like, okay, cool. The kids want to leave because it's not good. It's not like you're saying, like, literally the argument made no sense because you're just saying that we shouldn't do it because we're not getting the best in your mind. But this is the worst in our mind. And you saying that we can't leave that for something else? And you said, nah, y'all confused because now you're going to leave and there ain't going to be nothing over there for you. That's what he's saying.
While at the West Side Market, customers can count on short lines and friendly cashiers. For residents in Choiceville, grocery shopping is a delight. Districtville, on the other hand, well, that's a different story. For as long as residents can remember, the town has been divided into districts. Residents are required to pay into a general fund, which then redistributes money to grocery stores in town. As a result, residents don't pay for groceries when they go to the store, but there's a catch. They may only shop at the store assigned to their geographic district. And because residents of Districtville can't choose the store that best meets their needs, Cindy has a hard time finding fresh vegetables. Tom can't get prime cuts of meat. And Sally has trouble purchasing large portions for her family. In fact, residents of Districtville often have trouble finding even basic staples to meet their needs. Not to mention the terrible customer service, long lines, and reduced hours of operation. Without competition, grocery stores in Districtville have little incentive to keep their customers satisfied, and residents are not happy with the situation. Does Districtville sound a bit absurd? In many ways, it's not so different from how the U.S. education system works today. Money collected from taxpayers is used to fund public schools, which children are then assigned to by geographic location. This one-size-fits-all approach doesn't do a good job meeting needs, and the absence of competition often results in poor levels of service and lackluster academic performance. Fortunately, when we understand the problem, it's not difficult to identify a solution. Across America, more and more states are giving parents the freedom to choose how their education dollars are spent. School choice allows parents to choose a school that best meets their child's needs, whether public, private, virtual, charter, or homeschool, regardless of the specific zip code where they reside. This allows parents to spend their education dollars how they see fit. Studies have shown that when parents have a choice, academic performance and graduation rates tend to rise, and competition between schools creates a strong incentive for improvement. Finally, parental choice ensures that all children have options. So just because a child lives in a low-income neighborhood does not mean that that child has to attend a poorly performing school. If you'd like to learn more about school...
Right, so that was the negative part that I kept on trying to stress to you, Empress, that he's bringing up, is that our schools that's not doing good, they're going to have to be shut down, and then you're going to see how it backfires, because now you're going to lose these good people. And I'm like, man, this doesn't make a lot of sense, because it's like, if the school is good, then people will still be choosing to go to the school, even with freedom, like choice, school choice. Like, I don't get what that changes. Like, hey, you can go to whatever school. I'm leaving my school, even though it's good. Okay, choice bill equal democracy. MAGA, right? District bill. I don't even want to say that word on the tube ski, man. You know they at my neck, but that's the left. Hunger Games, 100% right, because like I said, you see this in the daily stores, you see this in anything, but like just think about it, if like you lived in a certain neighborhood and they were just pitching you on, yo, it's free over there though, and it's like, yeah, but I want to go over there and buy some groceries, and like, nah, you're not from this area, you can't buy groceries in this district. Like, you gotta start using other people's address. Like, if you go to the store, you had to use like a address. Like, oh yeah, I stay right here in such and such address. It's like, you sure? Like, come on, bro. What type of nonsense this is, bro? If it's expensive, if something closes down, that's sad, bro. But we need a better system, bro. We need a better system, bro. The system need to work better, bro. So we don't gotta even worry about
Porzingis is
closing something down. But yeah, I don't think we should make an excuse, nigga, and start blaming other people and saying, nah, they should be forced to go here because they don't even know it. They gonna make stuff get closed down. So yeah, maybe that stuff deserves to get closed down. It's not doing anything. The people don't even understand the value of it. Yeah, but then they gonna learn.
Race.
Okay, you should have brought some stats to the fucking table, man. Where's your charts at, dude?
Steve Forbes, and this is what's ahead, where you get the insights you need to navigate these turbulent times. President Biden's supercharged State of the Union address a few months ago quieted talk among Democrats about forcing him to drop his bid for a second term. But the quieting was only temporary. The continued, painfully obvious mental decline of our commander-in-chief has revived widespread public speculation of his withdrawing. A few observers think that this might be the political equivalent of a head fake, lowering expectations for his upcoming debate performance against Donald Trump. That highly anticipated verbal slugfest is barely 3 weeks away. After all, there are rumblings of pushing Biden out before his boffo State of the Union triumph. But the volume this time is more extensive and the tone more anxious. The fact that several Democrats, almost always off the record, are whispering concerns to the media reveals growing worries about this president's fitness to stay the course for this campaign. Hardly anyone believes he can navigate the rigors of a second term. This, of course, leads to basic questions. Will Biden bow out before the June 27 debate with Trump? Unlike his appearances these days, the president won't be aided by teleprompters. His unscripted remarks are routinely and embarrassingly confused and garbled. Would a combination of anger, which might fuel a temporary clarity of mind, extensive rehearsals, and some exotic elixirs enable Biden to complete a 90-minute debate, especially since the likely moderators would be on his side and former President Trump might overplay his hand? Perhaps this is what certain White House aides and the powerful, highly influential First Lady are counting on. It's a high risk, however. A fumbling performance would make a subsequent pullout particularly humiliating. Even if Biden makes it through the June 27 challenge, his continuing decline in public and private meetings will fire up ever-deepening misgivings among voters, knowing a ballot cast for Biden would be a ballot cast for Kamala Harris, sooner rather than later for her to sit in the Oval Office. When Biden steps down, who would replace him and how? He would likely quit the campaign, but not the presidency. Harris would remain vice president. Fevered meetings would follow among Democrats as party leaders would try to orchestrate the anointment of a candidate the way they did in 2020 with Joe Biden to block frontrunner Bernie Sanders. The frontrunner here would be California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's never made secret his lust for the nation's top job. But Democrats may conclude his record makes him too vulnerable, and instead would go for an unknown candidate with a cleaner slate, particularly one of their governors, like Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania, Wesley Moore of Maryland, or Jared Polis of Colorado. A big international financial or military crisis may force Biden out, as he does not have the mental agility to handle such a situation the way John Kennedy did during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Kamala Harris may yet get to sit in the big chair. Either way, Joe Biden will not be the head of the Democratic ticket this November. I'm Steve Forbes.
Hey, a lot of Biden people, they trying to be a little honest about what's going on with the Biden situation. That's neither here nor there. What I think is important, though, is that we stay focused on these charts, right? So even I've seen both sides of the spectrum. The schools in Choiceville have far more greater networks to the next levels. The funnel is way wider in comparison to the school in District Bill. It's always gonna be right, because just like we made the joke earlier about this person right here, he good at this, and you start doing that just with a little twist. That's kind of what it is, right? You go over there and then you go over there. So yeah, yeah, Biden is in trouble. Biden is in trouble, man. But I'm glad he brought up JFK, man, because that was one of the most powerful brothers that we had sitting in that little funny chair. He was a Catholic brother, if I remember correctly. It was something different about his practice. Maybe he was a Jesuit. There's a bunch of Jesuit presidents. Like, y'all got to look at that Jesuit shit. But I used to be into that random. I never was on a Jesuit. I used to be into researching all them bros, and Jesuits are one of the most interesting guys, especially in the sense of Hollywood, how they placed all around and stuff. But nevertheless, when the situation came across his table, he was like, "No, they tried to make me get into nucleus." I said, no." And then, the king showed up. The king ain't want nuclears on nobody shit. He thought nobody was supposed to have no nuclear. He was the smartest man that we seen. Bro was like, yo, what? Who got that? Nah, if it's a war, you get your weapons, you get your sticks, you get your stones, and you throw them. Whoever run, lose. Game done. Yo, Italy came in, bro, on that fascism shit, bro. The same way we plan on them attacking us on the charts. Right, we seeing stuff going down, but we want to make sure we keep our eyes on the prize. We don't sell until we get the 2 hour to about 67. Right, because then you put yourself in trouble, and you really don't want to sell until, because at 8 o'clock is when your sell is gonna begin or end for the day. I'm talking about just for the crazy day of nonsensical shit, because you're gonna get a 4 hour reading. If the 4 hour reading come back and it doesn't cross down, that means that for the next 4 hours, planning on just buzzing out like it just did this nonsensical play. Like, you see this shit, it went nowhere. It's not in a good position. Look at the daily. It's not in a good position. But if we may have to buy, we may have to play the game. But let's play it wise. Let's put our stop losses on. Let's watch. You feel me? Let's watch the things the way we need to watch them. Let's not take no breaks and fall asleep behind the wheel. Because if we do, we'll get our ass punished in this setup right here. So yeah, man, we gotta get up out of here. Thank everybody for coming through. How long this cast was? 2 hours. 2 hours. That's a nice amount. We dropped some game. Definitely spoke on the charts. Like I said, tomorrow I'm looking for some wackiness to happen. The reading did come back on the daily for XAU to be up, so maybe we will see that type of movement tomorrow. It's still questionable because, man, you in that weekly, and you can say it's bottomed out. Maybe you get a weekly next week that crosses back up. All these things can happen, right? But eventually your MACD get involved. Eventually you get closer to that monthly reading. It's a lot of things going on, right? So just like Empress say, we covered a lot, even too much. You feel me? But this was a good cast. Glad to be back over here on the Black Wall Street bet situation. Definitely stay tuned to everything else we got going on. You know how we do it on Taco Tuesday. Let me run the brother because I need y'all to make sure that y'all don't get worried tomorrow, because I'm already telling y'all right now while we playing this. What is it? 3 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can scan through any more charts right now in 3 minutes.
I'm from that dust on that floor. I was a nigga you could've trust, nigga. Here would've got bust by my nigga. Felt that cup, fuck nigga toe.
Yeah, we about to play our way out of here, man.
Niggas keep moving rough, niggas really don't give a fuck. Swear it's a cold change. You ain't really stepping your own nigga, hit you close range. They ain't giving no welcomes in, did this to the dope game. They just keep discovering all them bodies tied to no names. Parents hooked on cocaine. Them niggas beating down them bloods, they turn the flame on. Death of my cousin made me lose and I can't aim wrong. Trying to find somebody else to blame, let's get this pain gone. Said there's still a couple fuck niggas I gotta rain on. Young nigga, hang on. Too many lies in your ear, they don't despise, they just feed. Cause your bank loan, wrap them pies in the bowl before it's ready. Bitches sold, niggas switching on them codes. Getting too hot, don't get your name on. Please don't get burnt by that red. Cause the fool will put them stones in your head, yeah. Streets on lock, nigga, we cut them up and drop off. One false move and take a top off. Reach into the harvest, dig deep cause you the hardest, ayy. Please enjoy the rain, don't let the change look obvious. Tired of all the politics and mention anger. Hey, money will turn a nigga to a stranger. They got it out for me. So indecisive with my pouch, keep this trap public. Just for them late nights, dealing with them great rice with fake rice. Race pice, hate why, really why you play nice, your heart fade. Still smiling on my dark days. Causing too much damage, screaming manager, you had to part ways. Don't need love, young niggas stay focused in them blessings, they gon' creep up. Different ties to monetize, but they gon' see us. Cut your sunrise, deliver broad shit on the rap burner. Some niggas ain't meant to see how them rats turn up. Show no sympathy, he need a back warmer. You gon' remember what that cat stumble. Play with that cheese and get this trap under. 7 me a clown, diving in this water, fuck nigga, ready to drown. You subscribe to be a menace, you gon' exit the
BTC looking amazing on that reversal, so be careful. But it could also be in the monthly downtrend, so don't be too anxious.
the change look obvious. Hey, tired of all the politics and mention anger. Hey, money will turn a nigga to a stranger. Hey, addicted to the hustling, I ain't really seeing no stop signs. Watch them out front of these hoes, they playing cold, they like to drop down. But you ain't been on them toes, nigga, we send them through them hotlines. But they talking under the scope, nigga exposing, I'ma draw down. I'm fit to be one.
Might be a sale coming on Tesla. For the weekly, you can sell right now, but that's something that may be there.
Told me about a dip, don't put yourself in a trance. I'm holding on to my little drip, I done developed my stance. Too many niggas behind the wall spend too much money on stamps. Just see the ego, look through the peephole. Niggas be fairy tale, thugging nothing but some creep hoes. You couldn't hold your own water, you need a Lord, we know. Making deals to duck the time you was a hood hero. Fuck you, please don't get burnt by that red. Cause a fool put them stones in your head, y'all.
You technically can't sell Disney either. Yes, you can on the monthly. You can sell on the monthly. Shout out to y'all, man. We about to get up out of here. Peace.